Hi viewers, it's a great privilege coming your way again. My name is Apostle Helen Rudokin. This is Majesty Christian Television Network. So we welcome you to this beautiful evening. We want to thank you as well for giving us the privilege to be in your homes or in any of your devices from which you are watching us. We have a very unique topic which is going to impact your life in a very reasonable way. So join us once again and call your friends and let them be part and parcel of this broadcast. Remember, you can always call us on the studio line, which is 020-337-4160, or you join us on Facebook and watch us live. Make your comments and we will get back to you. To promote healthy lifestyle. As an introduction, this program seeks to explore how grassroots media can be deployed to amplify the healthy lifestyle message that is being echoed everywhere. As we all know, there are health challenges among a good number of residents of Amsterdam Southeast, and in particular those from the Bijlmer Centrum area. The role of media practitioners is seen as a vital in getting the message across to this target group. So join us, watch us, learn and contribute via YouTube, WhatsApp on 0626 046432 or Facebook live on Majesty TV. As usual, our studio line is +3 1 2033 74160. Permit me to introduce our guest to you tonight for this broadcast. So I have Mr. Lamptey, who is a media practitioner of Akasanoma Foundation. Mr. Lamptey, please welcome to Majesty TV, sir.
Thank you very much, Apostle.
We are always privileged when we have you because we know it's not easy to get you.
I hope so.
I don't want to philosophize. But we appreciate you being here.
Thank you
for
having me.
Also have Mr. Patrick Dorder of Zuidoost TV. Patrick, welcome.
Welcome, Helen.
To Majesty. So this is your first time, and I know it's not going to be your last time.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So those of you who are watching us, these are media gurus. So we want to hear more from them, know what they've been doing, and how they've been using their platforms to promote healthy lifestyle. So, shall we zoom up? Okay. To what extent are you aware or exposed to the health challenges within our community? And to what extent are you involved in helping to bring the needed awareness via your platform? The health challenges in our community? And what are you doing? In what way have you been involved in helping to bring awareness? I start with Mr. Lamptey.
Well, you did mention my platforms. I would easily identify as radio, and for the radio, I mean here Radio Akasanoma.
Yes.
I also have a relationship with the television as well, and that is Solar TV.
Okay.
Probably
few
people know about that, because
Yeah,
I'm more identified with Akasanoma.
Yeah.
The term here is grassroots, and by grassroots, easily reference is the medium that is closer to the people.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of what grassroots mean. We have the mainstream media. We use the mainstream term for the previous group. We have the mainstream media, but the grassroots end, it's down the line,
Yeah.
closer to the community.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it means. Otherwise, we also call this media the community, you know, media.
Yeah, the
because
community
that makes
media.
it easier for people
Yeah.
to identify with that.
Okay. Community
The
media, yes.
the radio I did mention, actually, it serves as the, we call it the mouthpiece of community organization as well. It used to operate under the auspices of Amsterdam Foundation. I'm sure you know about that. It existed from 1988 up to 2010.
Okay.
And now the new organization we call Akasanoma Foundation
Yeah.
took over from Sikaman.
Okay.
As a community radio, of course, you know what it is like. It is either you're on your own and you find your way to connect with the local government,
Yeah.
one way or the other. It's always about funding.
Okay.
There's no grassroots radio or media that is necessarily sufficiently funded.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and what it means is that your capabilities in dealing with the challenges of that are always very limited.
It's true.
And so what I can say of either Akasanoma or the our media,
Yeah.
we find ways to tie to one organization or the other and operate under the organization in terms of their programs.
Yeah.
And it is the organizations that are funded
Okay.
one way or the other by the local authorities. And so they use the platforms to advance the programs they also kind of put together
Okay.
in the name of addressing the challenges of the community socially.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So, but the health challenges, are you aware of the health challenges of the migrant community?
well, incidentally, the organization I identify with, we are funded, you know, by the local government, which we refer to in our common parlance as a STARS deal.
Yeah.
And so, well, the practice has been that yearly you send your proposal to the government, to the local authorities in terms of the, what do you call it, the yearly planning of the government, which areas they want to identify, and then you put in your proposal.
Oh, okay.
It is assessed on merit, and then they provide, you know, appreciably, you know, reasonable amount of money to fund those programs. Of course, this issue of health, we've been well involved in almost all the health, you know, research work.
Yes.
By especially the AMC, and we've partnered with the AMC in reaching out with their information outflow to the community. So my answer is emphatic yes.
Okay.
Our medium, that is the radio, and also the solar one, then put together we talk about the media. We've very much been involved in the dissemination of information relevant to the health needs of the members of the community.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lamptey. Okay, let me hear from Patrick. Patrick, so are you aware of the challenges, the health challenges the migrant community have been into, and in what way are you using Zuidoost TV to promote that? Yes.
Yeah, I'm really aware of the challenges because especially when we as a television station, we were more going in the streets.
Okay.
We hardly have like these programs in the studio.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have it.
Yeah.
We only go in the streets. We go everywhere where something is happening.
Yeah.
So sometimes they ask us to come to a healthy meeting like Gezondheidsmarkt.
Yeah.
Or they ask us to make a promotion for a Gezondheidsmarkt, or they want to make a promotion about for example, diabetes.
Yeah.
So then I started realizing how big the problems are.
Yes.
And how difficult it is to find a way in communication. Yeah, my English is not fantastic, but I try.
Yeah, it's good.
How difficult it is to reach the people. We are also more a community television, grassroots. Yeah, we are grassroots, but because we are Zuidoost TV, we are not directing our audience. It's not only from Ghana, or only from Suriname, or only from Dominicaanse Republic or so. No, we are Zuidoost.
Yeah, Zuidoost, reaching all the inhabitants.
That's all the
inhabitants.
inhabitants.
Dwellers, yes.
Yeah, that's sometimes more difficult.
Yeah.
But we really sincerely believe that we always want to try to reach most of the people living in Zuidoost.
Yes.
But somehow, however, when it is necessary, like normally our common language is Nederlands.
Yeah.
But if necessary to reach certain groups of people, we just do it in English also. And people who speak English, they can just, it can happen that we have an interview and you will hear part of it in English, the other part can be in Spanish, the other part can be in Papiamento.
Wow.
That's the way we work.
Yeah.
So we are not like having one target group, but when necessary, we make also programs in Spanish. So yeah, we have seen it that a lot of people are lacking of information, and especially that's what I want to contribute to the community.
Yeah.
Is to, and the other program before the guy taught the same, give good examples. People don't read so much in our communities.
Okay.
There are people who are doing it. They should do it more. Okay, that's an opinion, but they don't talk about opinions. But what we see is that a lot of people don't listen, don't read the information of the Stadsdeel, are willing to watch a movie.
Yes.
Listen to radio. Radio is I've been working on the radio for 20 years. I started in '83. But radio has more possibilities to, like this, talk deep and long. Nowadays, 2018, and when we started in 2014, we saw no, it's a lot of people are not sitting, coming home, say like, oh, at 6 o'clock we're going to watch a program about health style.
Yeah.
They want to see it when they want. When they have time.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't have time anymore.
It's true.
So our tactics, you can call it tactics, is to reach that kind of people who are in a hurry always.
Yes.
Who needs to be really attracted to watch something.
Yes.
And they don't want to watch long. So that's a good thing, so because then we can read. Yeah, that's the time. Everybody's like, especially the younger people, and they want to have it fast. And so that's our choice to do that part. We normally don't make long programs. We make short, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
Yes.
And that has limits also, because you cannot explain everything.
Yeah.
But on the end, and for example, when it's founded, it's not founded, paid by the government or local government. It's not like a subsidy or so, but it's like they say like, hey, do you want to do it for us? Okay.
Yeah.
It's so much money we have for that. Is it okay? Then we say, yeah, it's okay or not. Okay. Then on the end of a movie, you can put information for people to watch more. If they want to have more information, they will check that. So our idea is to get the people, to touch them. And then they say like, hey,
I want more.
I need more. And then maybe they are already on the internet searching, and they click on something and they say like, I want to know more about diabetes. Yeah. Or about, for example, it's one of these things.
Yeah. Wow.
Finally, I saw the need that what happens with the doctors in our Stadsdeel, they don't have the time also to, you go to the doctor and with one foot you are inside.
And what else, you're outside already.
You're already outside.
Yeah.
So what we started now is a program called Buurtdokter TV. And this program is directing questions from people. Because what happens, you go to the doctor, it happens to me a lot of time. I go to the doctor and maybe I come only for my term.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I also had a problem here and I had a problem here, but I forgot that. So you go to the doctor and you go for the term and then you leave the doctor. Oh no, but I should ask this question also. There are a lot of things I feel.
Exactly.
You know? So then we said, okay, people who have questions about, and especially these questions who are signs of something going wrong with your body before the real problem is visible. For example, I also had diabetes, and I didn't feel so bad, but there were some things telling me like, hey, there was something wrong. But I never told it to the doctor. Yeah. And then I went to a gezondheidsmarkt, and then I found out, what? I have diabetes. I also cured. That's another question. I cured by
holistic way.
Yeah, like I just cured by changing food and
That's good.
Losing weight, and I still have to do a lot, but I was cured. So what I wanted to say about that is that we found out that also the doctors who are cooperating, like Gansenhoef, Huisartsenpost, Vensterpolder, Huisartsenpost, they also find it nice now that they have one question and they can prepare it very well, and they and this program's taking more like 10 minutes more or less, and they only answer that question. And they want even to go on and on and on, but normally they also don't have the time. Yes. They also fit in the system that they have to take care of so many patients in 1 hour. Yeah. So they also find it really useful to go deep into one question, but still not more than 10 minutes, because then people won't watch it anymore. That's the way we are working.
Wow. So what is your assessment of how well your campaigns are going down with the people? If you would assess what you are doing, is it going well with the people who are receiving?
Well, rightly as Pat mentioned, my community as well, I'm a Ghanaian. Yeah. They don't identify that much with what we call reading culture.
It's true.
And you can then imagine what they lack, that is access to information that is on paper.
Because of, is it because of their level of literacy or what?
Well, I wouldn't pin it down only to issue of literacy. It's their interest. And you also know time it was that the local authorities hardly will send out material in the English language. It's used to be Dutch and Dutch. Nothing more, nothing less. For a very long time when we came here.
Okay, you know, Dutch, only with Dutch. Yes, so, but now, are they doing it?
Well, sometimes you see, you know, materials from the same district council now, that part in Dutch, but the translation is in English. Previously they don't at all. It used to be Dutch. And for a community that is English oriented, you can imagine what they lack. And so these community radios or the media, they take up that responsibility to water down the information, you know, into the language that the people down the line, they understand. Awesome. And so, yeah, either we do it in English or do it in the vernacular, our own mother tongue languages. Yes. So that is the connection and the role the so-called grassroots, you know, media has been playing. Yeah. Okay. Now, if I'm to address your question, whether we see it direct, well, it's through the programs you do, and our programs are mostly interactive. It's a live program for radio, and so people calling, it is through that you are able to determine how people identify with the program or their response. We don't have any scientific method to measure the impact. Yeah. Okay.
But the fact is that when information is going on.
Yes, it's going on, and people calling, or when they meet you on the street,
they are talking.
They talk about what you do. Then you see the connection between the medium and then the people out there. So that's just how we measure the response.
Wow, that's very good. Because most of the time when I'm just on the street, it's like people are just looking at me. Oh, you are the one on the television. Oh, this is your program. Oh, this is, you know. And so I see that the thing is really sinking.
Yeah, of course.
So it's reaching and yeah, it's making a tangible impact. Wow. Is it the same? Do you feel the same, Patrick?
Yeah, yeah. There are too many people of Zuidoost TV. They're saying to us like, we cannot walk on the streets anymore. Everybody is saying something about what you said in this program, and so you know that. Yeah, yeah, it's happening a lot.
Yeah.
Also, in Facebook,
yes.
you can just see how many people watch your video.
Yes, it's true.
Facebook does it for you, so I don't know if you can trust it or if you cannot trust it, but they are doing it.
They are doing it.
We see
yes,
the numbers growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
They are almost now having like 10,000 followers who will be reached anyhow, but some of the movies there, and especially when it's going about health, you see that a lot of people, because we're all concerned about it. We all know somebody who is having a problem or sick or dying, or you know, or we have. So everybody is really, really interested in this program. What sometimes I got this idea that because of so many grassroots and community radio and television stations are dedicating now parts of the time with these topics, I got this feeling that really like everybody is aware now. The thing is, if people really change. But that was the program before. That's the thing. You know, we have our responsibility, but we cannot like force people to change.
No.
At least I think we will be able to say that you cannot say anymore that you didn't hear about it.
Yes,
that you
true.
Don't know about healthy food.
Yes.
You know, about
healthy
unhealthy
lifestyle.
food.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. But in measuring all of these things and seeing the outcome in the society and in the community that we are living in, do you think, in which areas do you think more attention can be given by the government to make sure that we are getting the message across better?
Yeah.
Are there areas we think we can recommend they can give more attention to enable us get the message across to the community?
Yeah, I think that really, like as you said before, it was like almost forbidden to have programs in different languages. There was never money anymore for programs in different languages. And I actually proved with some movies that it is necessary. And they should really say like, no, because if you don't do it, you just lose the people. And the problems you are having will be bigger. Because if nobody knows about diabetes because they don't understand Netherlands and they don't read the folders, then yeah, they just don't get the information. So problems will be bigger. People will have bigger health issues. So that's why I think it's really, they really should say like at least English, Spanish, maybe French, the big languages of Southeast should be used, and they should really like officially declare it as new politics again. In the rest of the city they are using Arabic and Turkish.
Oh, okay.
Of course Arabic is also, there are more and more people from Arabic backgrounds coming out to Southeast. So maybe it can be another language or so, but I think they really should let that, allow that, and even support it and finance that. Because it's in their own interest.
Yeah, exactly. So we are talking of English language, Arabic, and Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
In addition
and maybe
to the
French, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Zuidoost TV, we are using Spanish, English, Netherlands, and even ook Surinaams. Because it's not only the language.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Suriname, most people of Suriname, we talk Netherlands without any problem. But then still you got also the culture part of like, who are we listening to? Are we reading a book to find out if we have to change our lifestyle? Or we prefer to listen to somebody or even see somebody? And as the man before told me, if you are, the marketing is best working if you see somebody.
Yes.
And my idea is even follow somebody in a struggle. I want to, and we are doing that also. Follow somebody who's saying like, yeah, I have this problem. I have to change my lifestyle.
Yes.
Not only showing the end point, but the way
he has done it to get to the end point.
And that can motivate people.
It's true. I think
but
so.
It's yeah, it's cost a lot of time and money to follow somebody.
It is very true. Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks to social media.
Yeah.
I mean, it's now the new thing. But when some of us started with this radio, there
was no social media.
Yes, that component was not much, available. So it's been just the radio, and you have to define your what do you call it, reach by whatever means. Now programs, whether when you are active broadcasting, you can connect to Facebook and what have you. It's fine these days. You're doing that, and that in a way has made it a bit, cheaper, I call it, for a lot of people to sit in the comfort of their homes and can even run a radio or television.
Yeah, it's true.
But the conventional radios are still very much available, like Akasanoma and the rest of it, apart from online radios.
Yeah.
But the issue is that it is time for the government to really come to terms with the role of the media itself, and how the media can be allowed to partner with the government in reaching, the people. I am aware that lately the Starsdale, they do what they call the press release.
Yes.
And if you're on their, what do you call it, mail list, you get all these, press releases, and they expect you to translate it whichever way, because these things, materials come in Dutch.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, what they have to know is that you send it to me, but I have the choice to decide whether I use it, because if the government is not funding us, we also decide our priority areas and what we do.
It is true.
But the information has to get to the people.
Yeah.
For the government to also make impact in whatever programs they want to provide, in serving it. So I think
this whole thing is very complicated. They want information to be passed across,
and they are not ready to fund it,
to support it adequately.
That is
where they are not ready to do that, and I don't know who is really the cause of who is this bottleneck. Is it them or it is the people who are working there?
No.
Who is this bottleneck really? Because I mean, it shouldn't be this way. I think if you want to get message across to your community, to the people you are ruling, you also have to do something. You also have to do your own part, and then the community media will do their part. But
I've been talking a lot with a lot of government people and Stadsdale people about this issue, and also with the politicians. The thing is, subsidy founding the way it used to be, they want to get rid of that. So it will be really like impossible to say like, we are going to support your radio station or we're going to support your television station.
Yeah.
They will stop that. It started already like
it's already stopped.
Yeah,
place,
it's already stopped. The latest 4 years to the new government. So the thing is, we have to find ways, because they want it, and there is also money.
Okay.
The thing is, you have to how to say? You have to, for example, you have to make programs. For example, like I always talk about diabetes.
Yeah.
You say, this organization wants to promote a way to get a healthier life so that to get rid of diabetes, for example, again.
Yes.
It's necessary to make radio programs, television programs, like everybody, you know, from Ghanaians, from Surinamese, Zuidoost TV for everybody, yes. Nigerians. So we need to make this program, and then you get paid for that only program. It won't be anymore the way that you're going to have it like for a long term. But every time you do something, you have to invent something, like you also did before. I understand. You write something, but not maybe they don't. Sometimes they will do it for a year, but sometimes they will do it just for 2 or 3 or 4 programs, and then that's the way it's going to work.
Yes.
They are not going to subsidize the media as a media anymore.
Yeah.
So if it's healthy lifestyle, you can do that. It can be also another topic, which was social problems or psychological problems. So if they see that you as a station are solving a problem for them,
yes,
they are willing. But they also, like stats, they cannot do it anymore. But if they say like, okay, this program is solving this problem, it's like it's in our gebiedsplan, or it's in the you know gebiedsplan?
Yes, yeah. I know.
Or it's in the agreement between the political parties who are now in the gemeenteraad van Amsterdam. You know, if they see that, they say like, oh yeah, this is part of this program. Okay, so yeah, we can give you the money to make that program, but it will never be anymore in the long term. They're not going to say like we're going to subsidy. No, they're not going to do it. They're going to ask you to do something for them, and you send a bill.
Well, I think some of us are aware if we talk about projects like the Helios project,
yes,
and recently the project was strictly by the IMC,
yes,
and they get the subsidy, whether combination of Dutch government and European level, you know, subsidy, and then they engage the services of the media, okay, to reach out to the people. And for the time they use the media is when they pay for. So we are aware of that. And the same thing they did with this, the family project. It is the combination of the IMC and then the GGD. Yeah. And they also come to the media, and they designate a number of the media depending on the target group. They have the Nigerians, they call it a West African group, and the Suriname. So they look for Suriname, what do you call the Suriname radios, you know, in a way, and then the English-speaking radio, and they put them together, send information, and they do interviews and whatever, give the information on those programs. Then for the time they use, they pay. So that why I think it's okay, indirect way of the government, because the AMC and the GGD, they are also funded by the government. So they do it is a kind of indirect thing. But time it was when, as a media, you could take a project to the Stadsdale, and they fund that project for a time period. Yes. But it's already phased out. It's no more the case, and I'm not expecting they will come back to that. But the funding, whichever way, should be sufficient, okay, to pay for the resources that the media they put into.
So the one that the family project they are paying, is it enough for all of those jingles and all of those?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that the
because
funding,
I think it's just a token. That's
the
just
funding
a token.
should be sufficient to take care of the resources that the media also make available for the information outflow. Now, the issue really is this. It is also up to the media to position themselves in a way that they will not be taken for granted. Exactly,
because I think they're taking them for granted now, and every one of them, they're just taking all of those little pennies, and then that's why it is the way it is now. Because you need the media to push the information across. The media, they are not going to take their blood to be paying for the airtime or paying for the services. Do you understand? So I think this thing we are calling grassroots media, they are really the people who are on the ground doing the real work.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they are really doing really the people doing the major work. So they should not be commonized, and they should not be brought to a level where it's like you are doing it, but you are not doing it with joy, because there's nothing involved in it. You can't overstretch yourself, and then do the program, and then you don't benefit, and you are giving the information, other people are being benefited, and you are not, because you are stressed up in where you are doing program. That shouldn't be. That's the healthy lifestyle.
But on the other hand,
well, what we discussing is how can the media be also motivated to play their, a crucial role in information. But I am saying it is up to the media also to forge a common front. Because if you are able to do that, you could engage the authorities and negotiate, with them what you think you deserve. And those who go in for these projects, you are aware, I coordinated some of these activities. I have told them, by the time they are putting in the subsidy request, that is when they have to sit down with the media they expect to use and assess how much they need to provide for the media's role. And then they can just inject that in the project proposal for the budget. Other than that, what they do is they go in for the subsidy, and that is when they realize that, oh, we need a radio, and then they come and sit down.
And they come and give us some fractions.
Radio to come and negotiate, oh, for this we have only this, so the rest you have to sacrifice. So it's up to the media now to really get their acts right and be able to engage the authorities. And also, they name their price, but they don't come and tell you that, look, we have only this and we need to
exactly. I don't think we have to be working in this way. They go via, they get it, and then they come and meet us.
So it's up to the media.
We must devise a way of going straight to the authorities and say, these are the things we want, isn't it?
Well, the authorities are not engaging the media direct, but I mean the instances who go in for these project resources, they are those you have to engage to let them know that before you put in your request, you need to sit down with the media to know how much they will also require to play the role you would expect from them.
All right.
If I may just make a remark here. In the Habits plan, it's clearly stated that the grassroots media are an important player in disseminating information about healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
So there is an acknowledgement in that regard. So
it's in the
we can capitalize on that.
It's in the Gebiedsplan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should be able to capitalize on that. So if you're saying we should forge a common front, who's going to initiate that, and how are we going to go about that? Because all of you are your media professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a need, but at the same time, the government sees your role as well in helping to promote this whole campaign. Okay, so then you can look at what should be done going forward.
Yeah. I believe if this campaign is coming from the EU level, I'm sure they must have made provision for media. They must have made provision for media. So something is blocking it.
Yeah, no, that's why there is money for media, but connected to a certain specific program or project or target they are having, but they are not going to give it like we're going to give you 100,000 euros and see what you can do with it. No, but of course they have. It's more and more now that in certain programs they reserve, how do you call it? Put some part of money apart for the media to get involved. But then the thing is, because also the history of our media in Zuidoost, they know it also. They know also, okay, when you get money, when I got 100,000 euros for this year, I like, hey, nice, you know, I got lazy maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. A lot of people get lazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And they've seen it. And a lot of, before, a lot of programs who got money didn't do anything with it. You did a lot of it.
That's before, yeah. It's
but
true.
A lot of people, they're just making music, playing.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
So that's what they want us to do now, is to unite, get together. So because what they want to have the easy life also, the government wants to say like, okay, We are now having a program about this topic. We want all the media from Southeast.
Yeah.
Grassroots, Suriname, Nigerian, Spanish, everybody, television, radio must be involved, but they don't want to go to everybody anymore. They want like us to unite in a platform, be together, say like, okay, we have 10,000 for this. You together will find it out how to
yeah, can you imagine that?
That's what they want.
And maybe before I'm misconstrued, what I mean by common front is, you see, politics today, it's about lobbying. And when you have to lobby, you need strength. And so if you go individually, you get nowhere.
Weak, yes.
And that's why I said a common front is just to get a platform for the media.
Yes,
when you are able to come together, you speak with one voice. Because if you are not doing that, this one goes and take a stipend, you go and what you think you merit, they tell you, yeah, but we can do it cheaper with this.
Yeah, exactly. That's
why do we give you this much?
Yeah.
And that's what calls for this common front.
Yeah, it's true.
So once you have that platform and you are out there, you can define, you know,
your
needs,
and then,
what you deserve, you will be able to go in there and make demands of it.
Okay, Mr. Lamptey, the point you're making is valid. So what stops you from spearheading something like that?
Well, the community I belong to, you know what has been the, culture for a very long time. You never get people to understand the vision and run along with you. And that's the problem, because it's something that is long overdue. We've even tried at the community level to have a common platform. It's not working. You put in a lot of energy.
But if you have such a vision...
If now at the media level, people are ready, there's always room to give it a try.
Yeah, go across to
other
media groups from other ethnic backgrounds, not only within the Ghanaians or
because exactly.
If they are not ready, okay, cross over, and get on board the other media groups from the other nationalities. So we mustn't wait for others to spearhead it for us. If we have the idea and we think it's going to benefit us, we can spearhead it and get it started.
Yeah, well, one is always open for that. My concentration has been from the community level, because at least if it really comes to numbers, where I belong to, I know we have a lot of them there. And it's enough to really get something, in place. And so this is where the concentration is. So it's not a bad idea if probably you can cross over. So we give that a try later.
Yeah. Of course, also people of media, normally we are more like, we are typically living on an island. We are like that.
Yeah.
If it's my program, this is the way I think.
Yeah.
My target, that's the way I like to do it. So it's for us, naturally, it's really hard for media people to get it together.
Really?
It's really, I think when we will see the need to do it, we will do it. But so now we are busy with this platform already. We started already with some like Razo and Marta Radio, Zuidoost TV, Adam. We are preparing it now in such a way that when the plan is more or less uitgewerkt, how you call it?
It's processed.
Yeah, processed. We will be able to sit together, and we sit together not with the government, but together, and to see like, okay, what tactics we can do, what is needed also to improve our quality. Because the government is not really satisfied always. And personally, I'm also not always satisfied with the quality I'm seeing. People are sometimes not preparing even a program.
Exactly.
I see you have totally well prepared, so I'm not talking about you. I see it. It's well prepared. You think about it, but a lot of programs,
I know what you mean.
They're bad quality.
They only sing and sing, they play music till the end. Yeah,
sometimes it's not only due to because of that the people are lazy, but at the same thing they have this problem. There's no money. So people don't have money, don't have time to prepare it, so they're doing in an extra time. So they, you know, so we are thinking now in a way how we can
bring in some professionalism.
Yeah,
you know, that's
to
what
bring
it means.
in.
Yeah.
So get trainings and so, but also form a redactie. You would say that editorial board.
Yes, which is nice.
Which will be working for everybody together. You know, then you can say, like for example, government says next week we will have the week of the eye, healthy eye.
Yeah.
So then this editorial board will say like, okay, it's good. Your program is doing it like this, so we're going to invite somebody for you, we're going to prepare it. And for your program is different. Zuidoost TV, go on the streets, do something with people with the eye, make a short reportage, and everybody doing it his or her way, still.
Yeah.
Still the way we are used to do it,
yes.
But then coordinated by this board.
Which is very good.
And that's, I think we have to go there, because for example, I've been trying to cooperate with more stations to find a way to solve this problem of having enough people to find out, to be the redactie, the editorial board. And you cannot hire somebody to do it only for one program of 2 hours or for 3 hours. But if you have this board working for everybody together, and also saying like translating, you have to have translators, and the message comes from the government in Netherlands, then you translate it into English, into Spanish, so that people who have a Spanish program can say it in Spanish, you know? And I think that's a way. We have to organize, we have to work together, we have to improve, and then we are strong enough, because I think on the end the government knows that they need us. They want us, but they also have their limits. They also, one of the things, the question you were asking, how do you measure the impact of the programs? We should find more ways to state, to prove the impact of what we are doing.
Well, that's true, but I think what some of us have been aware, even those who transmit on Salto frequency, Salto itself doesn't have the money to even do research. So how can just, you know, ordinary one particular radio be able to do scientifically, you know, what we call it, authenticated research to convince the government? It's not possible, because it involves a lot of money to be able to do that.
Well, so, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think if that's what they want, we can find a way to deliver that sort of metric, you know, to measure the the reach of the programming. Now, if that's what they need to be able to justify whatever they give, I think we can find a way. So we shouldn't entirely.
But without them using the media, how else? Which other means would they want to use?
No, clearly,
because nobody.
They are using the media, all right, but it is at the expense of the media itself.
Yeah.
Because it is those who have the passion for the media who are putting their reasources
to
keep the media in place. And so they are running at the back of those who are doing it voluntarily.
Yeah.
And so it means the government is getting away with a lot.
Exactly. Exactly. So as a media professional, how would you want to be supported to reach out better?
Well, in the first place, once you have quality programs, other sources are, you know, adverts and those things, you know, they bring in some good, what do you call, revenue, we call it. The government itself, they define...
I've not been getting any advert too. I've tried my best. I come everywhere, I don't.
Yeah, they define this thing in terms of political programs. So as long as the political actors are not in agreement to set aside specific funds to support the media, it's going to remain that way for a very long time. So we have to now see, okay, where do you take the government to task? Because if you have to pay your bills from your own resources and you have a limit, after a while, that media will be gone.
Yeah.
And is the government
another one starts,
yes,
and then they quench that one too.
Yes. But the competing factors are, because of social media, it costs them virtually nothing to put programs on the social media. And that's where you know, it becomes a bit, you know, tricky if you want to hold the government to ransom in terms of getting some funds that will also cushion your cost in keeping the media running. So this idea of finding a platform where you position yourself in a way that you could lobby the government to find means in making some funds available. Otherwise, gradually, when you give up, there's no resources to be able to keep yourself in place. It's not possible for so long.
Yes.
Yeah. Part of this plan we are busy with about forming a media platform will also be directed to find new ways of getting money.
Okay.
Not from the government.
Yeah.
More business-wise.
Okay.
More creative ways to make like adverts. It's the same.
Yeah.
If you want to have an advert, but you are only your program, a businessman will say like, okay, it's nice, yeah, maybe 5,000 people are watching, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just say something.
Yeah.
But if they say like, hey, this is all this media together. We have like 2 million people a year watching us. It's more interesting.
Yes,
you know?
it's true.
You know, and that's where we have to be
Very
more creative ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And not wait for government or nobody.
Yeah.
To think out of this box, government box,
Yeah.
and find new ways. So we are busy finding people who are good in that to teach us as a platform how to find new ways and how to So we are I don't know have the solution until now also, but we will have to do that.
Yes,
Find other ways because there are so many good examples in the world of people who have the same goal as we. We are community people. We want our community to go forward, but still live good.
Yeah.
You know, still have enough money.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's possible.
Yeah.
We just have to get organized. So I don't like to talk too much about the government should give us this.
No,
that's true. Let's talk about what Mr. Lamptey was saying. What can we do? To improve and to get stronger, and that's the way. It will be hard because you know we have to trust each other.
Yeah, but that is it. It's a common interest, and that's it. Otherwise, we just face out, you know. Before.
Yeah, you have to do it. We have to do it.
I think maybe people of like minds have to come together. It may not be all the media. Community. It has to be just people with like minds. They come together and they say they want to work together, you know. And then maybe we can start from there. And then begin to build it up.
It's long overdue. So somehow the earlier the better.
But it's like everybody's waiting for somebody.
Well, he's just dropped the information there on something, so you can take a look at it if it's identifying
Patrick,
with that.
What
I think it was also the hotspot thing. And it looks as if some section of them become dominant, and the others are made to feel a bit, you know, isolated. So it is there with such a platform. We all should sit down and know the crucial roles respectively, and then how you recognize some and not few becomes the dominant, you know, force. And they have the direct link with the government. You are pushed behind, and yes, they try to find a way and cover you one form or the other. So I'm curious about what they have started. And
exactly, your platform, does it cover, is it because when you made mention of yourself, and then your you made mention of Matt Radio.
Matt is under Razo.
And Razo.
Recogen is also in there.
Recogen.
Yeah, they are also start, but it's just like this news media hotspot is just a start of knowing each other, of coming together, and that's, you know, I think the fruit of it is that I'm here, that you are there, that you are doing this program. It's also a part of, so this process already has been started for a while, and of course it must be not dominated by the Suriname people only, or you know, of course not. Because otherwise it's the same. It will be the same.
That's the ideal situation.
It shouldn't be that way.
But it also requires the effort of all the media, like when we have these meetings, the hotspot, and the topic is there is a certain topic. I also expect everybody to come to be prepared to ask questions which are specific about this topic, and everybody must be able to talk then.
I think what you guys would have done, because even you have your stand, what you should have done would have been to put other medias that you put them as well, so that it's not just only Razo or yourself of Media Mart. You put the other media homes that are also working with the government. You put them. If you line them up like that, then it becomes obvious.
Yeah.
Because there are some of the media homes that are really doing something like Radio Voice of Nigeria and this platform Majesty TV. You cannot say we are not doing anything, or the one of Akasanoma. You can, so you put those ones alongside, because the other time I was asking Patrick said, I'm not even here, I don't even know, I'm not even here. I said, oh.
But they always call him and he goes. So,
but it will be like it will be like that.
Yeah.
It will be like that finally.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are taking the initiative.
Yeah.
So that's why we started it,
Yeah.
But the end goal is that everybody will be there, and we will see some people won't catch up with the process we are now in.
Yeah.
But those, that's the idea. Finally, everybody, all the names will be there.
Yeah.
We just started it. It is a pilot. We started, and we hope this platform finally will be founded.
Yes.
And then everybody who is in the platform, but that also this platform will not be like voluntary. This platform will be like everybody member of the platform is obligated to, for example, do something.
Yeah.
That's
how it's going to be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's going to be a serious thing. It's not going to be like friends. Okay, well, of course we are friends also.
Yeah, we are obligated to do something.
Every member will be obligated to do his part of the
of assignment. Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, but I think
it's not gonna be just for you to cruise along. No. Because there are some who are very redundant, they do nothing. But there are others who do a lot. They do a lot.
And I think if I need to check this with him, the hotspot initiative thing. Some of us are called upon when they plan the information, activity. That's where we come in.
Yeah.
But is there opportunity to meet as a body and then discuss, brainstorm and see how you could go, because it's only just like some few.
Yeah.
Before you are there, you get a mail.
And all the time, it's only 3 of them presenting the thing. Only 3 of them,
You get the mail and this date and this information is fine. We go see there. When we finish, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can you have that sense of belongingness that you are welcome and your input? When do you get the opportunity to bring your initiatives also on board?
Yeah.
If there are no meetings before the information giving event.
Okay, this until
so
now
it's like there's some small group who are really calling the shots there, and this is not going to be attractive for the other media.
I understand what you're saying, and we are aware of that, and we already have decided to start that process also.
Yeah, there should be
but
meetings,
for
series of
sometimes, when you are
meetings.
when too many people in the beginning, it's difficult. So we start with a small group, but it's already like last week we talked about this issue also, and we said like now it will be time to sit together with everybody who is interested. Because in this small group, which are already 5 organizations also, we do it like this. We send messages to each other like, okay, what would be a topic for next time? And if you have a mail coming from this organization, you can just also already write like, hey, for next week or next month it will be, we should really like to discuss this issue also. Then this issue is also taken to stadsdeelbestuurders, to the government, local government, and but actually we are free to address any issue, but of course we're trying to do it because then they can also be prepared one main topic, and then it can be also afterwards. You can interview the people. You can come up with your own issue also, but yeah, we're going to inform to get more people together. Yeah, but they have to get organized well. But even with small group, it's already not that easy.
It's not good. Yeah, well, it's
well. Before we round up, any conclusive message you want to pass across, please?
Well, it's just the obvious that as for what the name means, grassroots media, it's more indispensable when it comes to government programs and reaching out, to people down the line. So it's time we as grassroots, media, make our value, appreciated and recognized. So the challenge, I think, is up to us, how we get our acts, organized to penetrate even wherever necessary and impact what our traditional roles are as what do you call it, a channel for information outflow from whichever direction down to where.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
For Zuidoost TV, I would even call to the people who are watching this moment. We are also really interested in your own movies. Nowadays, we are professionals, so we make professional movies. Yeah. But in these days, grassroots also means send your video. If you're somewhere, or you have a topic, or you see something interesting, or there is an event, or just send your video to us and to other media.
Yes.
And we can also put it on our social media. The news is coming really from the grassroots now. And you only need a telephone. Just use it.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, viewers, we've come to the end of the show, and we believe that you have learned something today. So, remember, you can always call out for the grassroots or community media. You can call Akasanoma, you can call Zuidoost Television, or you can reach out to Majesty Christian Television Network. Any side of the destiny, any side of the coin, we are there. We are there to attend to your needs and to help to promote, disperse information to reach to those it must reach. We also hope that some of you have listened, in case there are some suggestions you have on ways to help or sustain our hands. Can I put it that way? Yeah, to lift up our hands financially. So don't hesitate to do that. And we will appreciate. So God bless you guys again and again. Continue to watch Majesty TV. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.